Hi, yogis. I hope you are all well today. Today is day 2 of week 2, and we are practicing standing poses. We'll be practicing Warrior 2, Peaceful Warrior, Trikonasana, and we will do a wide leg forward fold as well and crescent position. So right now, I would like for you to pause the video, please, and on your own, practice 1 or 2 rounds of sun salutations just to get your body warmed up. There probably isn't enough space for me to create a longer video sequence at this point, so pause right now, warm up with maybe 6 directions of the spine or a sun salutation, and then we'll meet at the top of the mat to move into our standing poses. Okay, so now that you are warmed up, let's bring our feet about 3 feet apart from one another, and we will rotate our front left foot so it's facing forward, while that back right foot is still at a 90-degree angle to this front left foot. Now we'll bend into the front left leg. Often the ideal version of this, Warrior 2, is where our front thigh is parallel to the floor, but that's not going to work in everyone's body. So just maybe move up and down. Notice what feels like the sweet spot or what's best for you. But really, we don't want the knee moving past the ankle. Ideally, the knee is stacked over your ankle. And your front heel, ideally, is somewhere close to, if there were a line drawn from your front heel to your back foot, that line would land in the arch of your back foot. So your front heel is sort of aligned with that arch of your back foot. Arms come up, they are parallel to the earth, and just look over those front fingers. You're going to find your drishti, which is sort of this focal point where you just let your gaze sort of become aware, slightly unfocused, yet focused. Breathe in and breathe out. Now we'll flip that front hand so it's facing skyward. Breathe in as you tip back, bringing your right hand to your back leg. You should feel a really nice stretch on your obliques and your hip. This is called Peaceful Warrior. Take one more breath here. Let it out. We'll come back up into Warrior 2 briefly. Now straighten that front leg, and we're going to step in just a few paces with that back foot. And we are going to practice triangle now. You should see that you have this sort of nice triangular formation between your legs. So in Sanskrit, it's called Trikonasana. Our arms are parallel to the earth to begin with. Breathe in, and as you exhale, you'll just tip forward with your torso, and then we'll just rotate with our spine, our limbic spine, so your feet and your hips are really staying where they were to begin this pose. Our right arm comes overhead, and maybe you'll even tilt your head and let your eyes follow the direction of your hand, if that feels comfortable in your neck. Really just listen to what feels best in your body. But importantly, do not lock out either one of your knees. So we don't want to hyperextend. They should actually have little micro bends in your knees, both the front and the back, just to protect all the joints. So we're really working our core here. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, we'll use our core to come back up to standing, okay? So now what we're going to do is rotate our back foot. We'll lift the heel and just sort of spin so both legs are facing the front of our mat. Bend your front knee slightly. You might even need to scoot your right leg back a little bit because remember our the width of our legs came in a little bit with Trikonasana. So now we'll move into crescent pose. And you might want to just see what it feels like when you bounce this back leg up and down. Notice what feels good. Same as in Warrior Two, we don't want our knee to extend past our ankle. It really should be stacked. Our knee should be stacked directly over our ankle. Arms come overhead. You may like the feeling of a bent knee. There'll be more of a stretch in your hips here when you have a bent knee, but you can have a straight knee as well. Again, just don't lock out that back knee. We want to protect our knees as best we can. So breathe in and breathe out. Now let's land both feet. You'll kind of come into a Warrior Two foot position here. Then we'll take our right foot, turn it forward, arms parallel. They may come to our hips if you'd like. Breathe in and breathe out as you just bend forward. To sort of bring out those last poses, just bend forward. Let your neck and head be heavy. Now bring your hands to your hips, engage your core as you come back to standing. So we always want to practice on both sides of our body so we have balance. We'll begin again with Warrior Two, but on this side of our body. So right knee is now bent. And again, our feet are aligned where the back heel is has an invisible line to the arch of our back foot. Bend into that front knee as much as you are able. Arms become parallel to the earth. And just find that spot, that focal point in the distance to help you with your balance. And sometimes I imagine that as I breathe in, my spine is growing longer, and as I breathe out, I'm moving into the pose a little bit more deeply. You can actually feel yourself moving into a breath to bring you taller, and as you exhale, you move a little bit deeper. Just a very subtle movement. Okay, now flip that front hand. Breathe in as you breathe in, and then exhale as you reach back into Peaceful Warrior. And then breathe in, come back into Warrior Two briefly. Straighten that front leg, step in with your back foot ever so slightly, about 3 paces. We're moving into Trikonasana, triangle. Breathe in, breathe out as you're sort of pulled forward energetically. And then we're just going to tip our body using the core strength. Hand will land on either a stack of blocks, a block, or your shin. Try not to lock out your knees here. Arm comes overhead, and the gaze of your eyes may follow. Using your core to come back up to stand. And we'll move into Crescent on this side. So your back foot will just come to facing forward. It'll pivot forward. Both arms come overhead. Again, experiment. Both sides of your body are not the same. They may feel very different. We tend to do the same things on the same side of our body. So you might notice tightness more on one side, more so than the other. So just notice what feels good. Land into a sweet spot that feels right for you and take a few breaths here in Crescent. Now we'll pivot both feet forward. Hands may come to your hips, and we'll rinse those out into a forward fold. Hands come to hips. Stand back up. Move our feet in. And I will just say Thank you so much, everyone, from my heart to yours. Namaste. Please reach out with emails if you have any questions about those poses. Also, please feel free to pause the video at any time if you are really enjoying some of the sensations and poses, or if you need clarification, please review any parts of the video that you may need to do so. So thank you very much, and I hope that you all have a wonderful day.